Hey guys, I'm Wilson.
And I'm Kelly.
And we are on the Mewve. We're coming to you from JOHN PENNEKAMP Coral Reef State Park this week. We've had a lot of fun down here and we want to show you a little bit about the park. All right, so we're down here in the summer. So we're here in June, and Kelly had to work hard to book the site.
Florida state parks in the Keys are, in general, are hard to book, but especially in the Keys. So while we were traveling last summer, I continued to watch our time frame when we wanted to be down here this year, and lucked out in July of last year and got a site that was big enough for us. 11 months out. You can book 11 months, so you need to plan that out. We actually booked 2 weeks and then modified our reservation so that make sure you get what you want. So start looking 2 weeks, a 2-week window around that time.
Yeah, if you're RVing, you really got to pay attention to that for any Florida state parks, or if you're tent camping, because they book 11 months to the day out. And they just get booked so quickly.
Yep, everybody was so surprised that we got one. It's like winning the lottery around here.
It really is. But enough about that. What's here at the park?
Yep. So there's snorkel tours. You can book. They're really reasonable. I think they're $35 for adults and about $30 for kids. Tiny ones, I can't remember if they're free or really cheap.
2.5 hour tour.
Yep.
You're on the boat about an hour going out and in. And then for the snorkeling time, you're there for about an hour and a half. So just enough time for us.
And if you don't like to snorkel or you don't feel comfortable getting out and snorkeling, they have a glass bottom boat tour, which is around the same cost, and it takes you out on the reef and you can look in the bottom of the boat. We chose to do the snorkeling tour to experience that. We did that in Hawaii, and we thought that was really cool. So
a lot of fun, and if you never snorkeled before, it's not very hard.
Yeah.
And they'll give you a little tutorial and everything on the boat. You can even rent a boat here if you don't have yours, and we're traveling with our camper, so we cannot bring a boat. And luckily we were able to meet up with some friends who had one, so shout out to Brad and Diana. It's about time now, so go see their channel if you've not checked them out.
They took us out on their boat and took us out on a reef, and we snorkeled out there with them. That was a lot of fun as well. But if you don't feel comfortable doing either one of those, you can snorkel right here on the beach. There's 2 beaches, beach areas, Cannon Beach and Fall Beach.
Yeah, Cannon Beach has a modified wrecked Spanish ship. I guess it's artifacts, some cannons from the actual wreck that they found in the area. And then they put it pretty close to the beach so you can just kind of wander out and snorkel. The kids really enjoyed that. The other beach,
it's Fall Beach.
Yeah, and Fall Beach was really, really grassy.
We learned about the environment here. Seagrass is well preserved around this area, so it's very grassy.
A lot of fish, though. We did see a lot of fish, and that was really cool.
So you can do things right here around the shore at JOHN PENNEKAMP, which is really cool. You can see that I'm pouring sweat, so in the summertime you will pour sweat in the humidity.
Yeah,
but
nothing you can do about it. Just enjoy it.
Here we are. Yep, get in the water. Right.
One more tip: bring bug spray.
Yes.
The bugs here are terrible in the summer, especially around the time that it rains, and the mosquitoes are just horrible. So make sure you have something with DEET. 40% DEET is my recommendation. It typically keeps the bugs off of you, especially if you're going to hike any of the 3 trails. They're covered.
Here,
They're canopy type trails, and the mosquitoes are horrible there. That's why you don't see any footage from us for these trails. They're very short, like 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. Yeah, boardwalks. They're really good.
Probably better in the winter time where you can get out and enjoy those a little more.
Yeah.
But there's lots of things to do around here. It's very low key. Reasonable price to get in if you can't get a campsite here. Just come on in for the day and enjoy it for the day.
Yep. Don't miss out on the visitor center either. They have a great visitor center with a huge aquarium. They have a series of smaller aquariums as well, with quite a few of the fish that you can see out on the reef.
It tells you the history of the state park, and how it got its name and all of that good stuff. So definitely hit the visitor center when you come in.
Yep, there's a 50-minute looping movie if you want to see that, and a great place for some air conditioning. And adults, maybe you need a little nap while the kids watch the fishies on the screen, you know, whatever works for you. There's also a gift shop where the snorkel shop is, so where you can check in. They have t-shirts, they have all kinds of of goodies, little souvenirs that you can carry home. They are a little pricey, I will warn you of that, but I think all the money goes to supporting the state park here and preserving the reef. Where the boats are for the snorkel tours and the glass bottom boat tours, there's actually a food truck over there, and so they do have food on site and it's reasonably priced. They do have a menu posted, and I'll put a link or put a photo of that menu in this for you, but this was as of the summer of 2023 when this menu was active.
But also they have picnic shelters around as well, so if you want to bring your picnic stuff in, there's great little shelters, shade, places for you to enjoy a picnic while you're here.
Yeah.
All right, so guys, we are on site 18. Our site is at least 45 feet. We were able to park our 40-foot rig. It was wide enough, it's nice and shady. We're able to park our truck in front. So this was a great site. This was one of the few that I picked out for being wide and long enough for our rig. So site 18 is a great one for a big fifth wheel like us.
As far as a state park, I think this is a really good state park. They have a lot to do here. If you're a water enthusiast, if you're not a water enthusiast, this is probably not your place. You know, and the beaches are not like a typical beach you would think about. They're going to be full of seaweed. They're going to have coral, rocks, you know.
Wear your water shoes.
Yeah, the typical beach that you would see in the Keys. So most of your fun beaches are going to be man-made type beaches, and you'll have to pay a resort fee or somewhere to go to actually go visit one of those. All right, guys, we hope you enjoyed this little short review of JOHN PENNEKAMP Coral Reef State Park. We encourage you to come here. It is a great park. Remember, though, to book 11 months out if you're planning on RVing or camping here.
And keep checking, too.
Yeah, keep checking, because you will run into a cancellation. That's right, and sometimes that happens. We actually had a number of cancellations or people that just didn't show. I'm not sure what it was while we were here. So sites were empty. They were available. All right, we'll see you next time out on the Mewve.